This AskReddit user asks, what job would you be terrible at? Salesman. I don't and never knew how to sell anything. If it helps, you've sold me on you being a shitty salesman. Thanks. By the way, what do you sell? Not interested. But tanks. Wait, you sell tanks? Tell me more. My current job. Therapist. Which one? Physiotherapist. French teacher. Oui. Tu ferais mieux de ne pas essayer. Sure. Teaching. Oh wait. A math teacher. Because I am bad at math and not a big fan of school. I would be a very bad president, I'm pretty sure. Oh. So you're an empathetic and functional human being then. Kudos to you. That seems pretty irrelevant in the US. So just following suit. Speech writer. Like. Presidential speech writer. I will FK up the president's chance of winning the next election just because my speeches will be so poorly written. Maybe you should just do this for this one race. One good act in removing the BD before he can do more damage than he already has. FC King Orange. To be fair, Orange Mussolini's speeches are already pretty terrible. Please get this job quickly then. Public accounting. Hint: I work in public accounting. Anything involving kids. Name checks out. Haha. Anything involving blood. If. Last year's Halloween costume. Perhaps slightly NSFW. Is any indication, I would probably make a pretty disastrous Victoria's Secret lingerie model. Those heels must have been murder to walk on. Yeah. I did a lot of sitting that night. I have no idea how women do it. Holy catman, that made my night. As for how, I'm not even sure we know. Heels. Hurt. Unless you manage to find that unicorn pair that are ultra comfy. Gynecologist. There is totally an absence of people who want to work in that field. And definitely an absence of females who work in that field as well. Door-to-door salesman. Too socially awkward for that. Anything in retail, because if a Karen appeared, I'd give her ST right back. You'd be perfect for a post office. Or a flight attendant for Spirit. I hate the airline and refuse to fly with them again. But I respect their flight attendants for not taking CP from idiots. They made sure everyone boarded as quickly as possible and were seat belted in properly. The mother beside me wouldn't make her little girl tighten her seatbelt. But the flight attendant noticed it and nicely explained it needed to be tight and showed the girl how to do it. Or as a dive bar bartender. Lawyers. If there's too much evidence supporting that you are a criminal, I'd just look at you like these. Like Furbies? Exactly like Furbies. Mathematics teacher. Bagpiper. Having perfect pitch. The out-of-tuneness would be inhibiting. iPhone assembly person. My fingertips are almost an inch wide and blunter than a sausage. Picking up small screws is nearly impossible for me. I get legitimate anxiety from dealing with tiny things. It's always a huge relief when a task involves large, heavy surfaces. Going to the bathroom must be dicey. This burn is amazing. I regret I have only one upvote to give. Nurse. I hate needles. I'm too sensitive. Seeing people die would break me. Cleaning poopy butts sounds awful. Mad props to all the nurses out there. Drug dealing. Policing. Acting. The military. I don't think I could handle being in a war zone. As a young American, I'm thinking of joining Britain's Special Air Service when I get older. Sue. Hey. Best of luck. Seriously. If that's something you might want to, I say go for it. I assure you the bar is lower than you believe. Anything that requires public speaking. Makes me anxious AF. I suck at swimming, adulting, cooking, painting, DIY, estimating, improvising, breathing, literally. I have asthma, gardening, making lists. No really. I can't think of more things. Stop reading already. Dash. 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 Go away. Dash. Anything that required me to euthanize or test products on animals. I wouldn't do it. I'd be fired within minutes. Waitressing. Chef, I only know how to use a toaster. Doctor. All of them. Policeman. But I guess I wouldn't be the only one. Dentist. Buddhist monk. Math teacher. I suck at it. Most of them. Just like the rest of the planet. Any. A stripper. I have no sex appeal and I enjoy wrapping myself into a human burrito too much. I'd probably be a pretty terrible porn star. Being a taxi driver. I hate driving and I hate being with people I don't know. Stripper. I can't be a doctor. I would recommend the Dick Cheney surgical procedure. Accounting. I'd forget to add a number or something and then boom, surprise audit and I'm a federal criminal. A surgeon. Fry cook. I don't have the enthusiasm for that job like SpongeBob does. I'm a regular old Squidward. Hands down. Waiting tables. I could not put up with the BS I see wait staff put up with from customers at restaurants. Rude people would end up with a carafe of ice water on her head. Oops. Basically any. If the arrangement is me making money for somebody else, they're getting the bare minimum. Probably being a science professor at Harvard University. Working in McDonald's or Starbucks. I'd be fired in 2 minutes for telling the local Karen to poke her free drink up where the sun don't shine. I mean, if you hear an excuse me, and then she walks up demanding a free latte because it had a hair in it that she put there, I swear to God and Satan himself that I'd flip. PN. I am a virgin. Spell checker. A cashier at any store. I have no idea how to work a cash register and I suck at math. Being stuck behind a counter all day long would also be very boring and tiring. And then there are the Karens. Any customer service job. Basketball player. I'm tiny LMAO. Blow. Anything having to do with blood. i.e. medical field for surgery or whatnot. When it's showing blood from a TV or a video game, I'm usually fine with it. But when it's with a living, breathing human, animal, I get all squirmy and squeamish around it. A surgeon. Lifeguard. I'd either be checking out sexy people on the beach. Oh. And laughing at people in trouble. Everything. Wet nurse. I was going to be a tattoo artist. Got as far as an apprenticeship but bailed because of the social setup. And I'm shaky as FK, so glad that didn't work out. Cops and nurses. I'm thankful for them because I couldn't deal with it. Too much pressure and stress. Writer. Any job where the pay is an insult. Hairdresser. I would hurt everyone and I get easily irritated. Teacher. I'm bad at explaining things and get frustrated if I have to do it multiple times. I have no idea how people do it. Air traffic controller. L love flying but DN it. No thank you. Toll booth operator. Anything that requires height. I'm 4'10" and have had trouble keeping jobs because I can't do everything a taller person can and not every workplace will provide. Or even allow. A step stool. It's not very fair. But it's not like I'm gonna grow. President. A cook. I'm a cook. Life coach. I can write a pretty comprehensive list of things you probably don't want to do to succeed in life, but I've got no clue how people get their ST together. Home EC or whatever they call cooking class where you're from. I'm so bad at cooking that I burned Easy Mac. I just gave 0 sense of what food should look, smell or taste like during the cooking process. If you give me a specific recipe I can follow to the letter, I can do that. But most recipes have useless vague shitty steps like boil to satisfaction or heat until tender. My home EC teacher banned me from actually cooking. I ruined the food and I got too stressed and annoying while trying to do it. Just did dishes instead. So much better. Life. Having a high-ranking job in a company. Like a manager or a supervisor. Rocket scientist. Anything which requires talent for art. Dancing. Painting. Singing. Being a doctor. I mean, I can try, but I suppose you won't be happy. Anything that has to do with people. Brain surgeon. Sales. Wanna buy this? No? Whatever. I don't give a st. Porn star. I get performance anxiety sometimes without 30 other people in the room watching. Jobs with lots of human interaction. I can't communicate worth a st. Truck driver. I can barely park my little compact and some of the moves I've seen truckers made in those huge vehicles give me anxiety. Surgeon. Tattoo artist. Or anything that requires steady hands because I have hand tremors. Everything. Anything with computer science, math, or engineering. Anything dealing with the public's BS. Any job that wants me to show up pre-afternoon. Anything involving actually talking to people. Slaughterhouse. Prostitution. I don't know if it's because I'm unattractive or if it's because I'm a guy. I am already terrible at managing my own life. What you expect? The most tedious, boring, uninteresting job that requires you to sit still out there. Waitress. At 18 I worked in a fancy cocktail bar in London. Tripped and threw a drink over a reporter. Got a mention in The Guardian. Never again. None. Where I have to deal with people. ACT salesman. A bartender. A politician mortician. Daycare. Working as a nursery, primary, high school teacher. A priest. Because FG kids in the job description. Working for the BBC. Same reason as the priest. A hitman. Customer service. I cannot ignore or cope with stupidity of the average European human. In case of the average American, I would commit hate crimes. So, let me in my server room and fix the case when you'd deleted the internet. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.